This is the Patriots Prayer Podcast. It's a tremendous show, one of the greatest shows in the history of the world.
This is Bryson Gray, and you are watching the Patriots Prayer.
PPN, you're doing the right thing.
On the Patriots Prayer Network. Thank you all.
PPN on your bumper.
I'm Tom McDonald. This is the Patriot Prayers Network. Check it out. Lots of good TV. Lots of cool people. Tune in. Keep it locked.
I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My Patriots the craziest. They ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip. The same mistake and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them. There's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem. Smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms. Fan with a handgun. Run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave to the grave. United States, we love the country that they've been corrupting. Go woke and go broker if you ain't obeyed. My people love this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you...
Welcome, everybody, to our Friday night broadcast of American News. I'm your host, the Native Patriot. Of course, today we have some breaking news. Well, over the week, we had South Park premiere their 27th season episode featuring Donald Trump, which was not taken kindly by the MAGA crowd. In fact, most actually didn't even see it or care, but I hear that they're melting down. Ghislaine Maxwell has been opening up to the DOJ. Trump denies offering her a full pardon, but the DOJ is considering partial immunity. Wait, hang on, you guys. I'm actually getting breaking news here. Breaking news. We have a possibly hostile alien threat detected in an unknown interstellar object. Harvard just posted this. Shocking new study claims, it's actually here somewhere. Shocking new study claims that the mysterious object should land here by November. And we should preemptively strike this object in self-defense. And it looks like the only thing strong enough to actually take this ship out is the Epstein client list. So I guess we're going to have to launch that in self-defense, and we probably won't get any answers. Thank you guys for joining in. Let me bring up my co-host here, Steve. How you doing today, Steve?
Bro, I was laughing backstage this entire time, dude. That was hilarious. Thank you for that opening. But let's revisit. Let's revisit what you talked about just now.
Yeah, well, we can start off with the South Park.
Actually, I have not watched it. I have not watched the clip at all.
You know what's funny is the clip that I posted that has like almost 1 million views right now. I don't even have. I didn't have the attention span to watch the entire thing. So I watched like the first 15 seconds of it, and again I posted it, and I was like, you know what, it's fine. Like
we had a discussion about that, sir.
Hey, well, that's true. I did it again already.
Yes, you did. But it worked out in your favor because you've actually had something worthwhile on the internet. I haven't.
Yeah, well, what was really funny about this is that I basically just said that conservatives, like the MAGA crowd, they don't care. Mm-hmm. It's like, go ahead. We already know what you think about Trump. We already know you don't like him. Make fun of him. I don't care. It really it doesn't bother me at all. Yeah. And okay, it's like, all right, they made fun of Trump, which I'm a little disappointed because Mr. Garrison was Trump, and that whole kind of story arc was pretty funny.
Yeah, but I agree.
Now they brought in actually Trump, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little on the nose there,
really
guys.
Hilarious when they put Mr. Garrison with the complete orange face. Yeah, it was just really funny. But Now they're just like,
all right, I can't
don't know.
This. You guys, by the way, I wore this on my wedding day, and I was a lot smaller back. I was like 170 pounds.
Mm-hmm. What you weigh now?
So like a little over 200.
A little over 200?
Yeah, about
That's
a fifth of the way.
So
I feel like if I button this, it's gonna ruin it. So
remind me of Chris Farley, that guy in a little coat.
Well, like like so if I like bring my arms together.
Yeah, right.
Damn it!
Can you even get it off? You're gonna have to cut it off.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna sit back and play some Jeopardy music while you try this.
Don't worry, guys. I'm getting it. Oh, okay. All right, we're good. Ah.
Wow. It wasn't that difficult to put it on though, right?
It was well, I had to put it on a certain way. I had to like put my arms through and like let it slide down my shoulders.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the whole South Park clip, I don't even know if you want to play it or not, but
no, I don't. I'm
gonna watch the episode. I mean, I like South Park, and I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I hate South Park because they're clowning Trump. No.
How am I ever gonna get over this?
Right? Oh, I'm sure JoJo from Jersey is like, is this the time where we I don't even know what she says. Oh, F your feelings or whatever. She says something stupid like that.
I think I forgot to mention this in the intro, but so JoJo from Jersey posted this today, mind you.
Oh, okay.
The difference between you know what? I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna pull it up. Okay. So
hopefully it's not as bad as you pulling off your jacket.
Come on now. The difference between Democrats and Republicans is that if one of our own was in the Epstein files, we'd hold them accountable, not protect them.
Oh, that's a parody account, bro. Get out of here.
It has to be.
No, you wouldn't, because if you guys are so concerned about Epstein, you would have done it under Joe Biden. I'm just gonna say that. So
the Democrats did do a great self-own this week, posting that about Trump's economy and how prices are still high.
Yeah,
and they showed a graph where it was like it went up right when Biden got into office. Oh man, just absolutely brutal. And then of course, like at the end, it's like a little squiggly line, but like it started down here when Trump was in office. Joe Biden gets into office and goes ramp, goes straight up, and then it's like down, up, you know. And then Trump gets into office, and you got this little squiggly line at the end, and they're like, oh.
It's going up.
Here's Trump's economy right here. They quickly deleted it, of course.
Oh yeah,
Internet realized that
so many people screenshot that. I will commend the whoever's running the White House X site right now they're really good. Whoever does it.
Yeah.
Have you seen some of their posts? Like they say like they'll catch like an illegal and they'll say you can't do that around here, hombre, or something like just amazing.
It's gold. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Maybe they hired the person that used to run the Burger King account. Do you remember that post from several years back where I think it was something about like women and their rights or whatever in like fast food restaurants or something. And Burger King was like
getting more
women belong in the kitchen. Yeah. Dude. I was like, oh damn, that's good.
So this was the actual post from the Democrats, okay? U.S. grocery prices reached record highs in 2025. Mm-hmm. The only problem with this is, as you can see, it's clearly outlined. Trump's prices down here. Biden gets into office. Everything shoots up except for alcohol. But in Washington State, it's a little different because we pay a shit ton of taxes on that. So
really,
Anti-Commie, what's up? Are you ready to join this today? Anti-Commie, are you gonna hop on?
I don't know.
She said she would at some point.
Yeah, we gotta get some more guests on here. Yeah, that was really funny.
I made a post when I shared the stream. I
Uh-huh.
basically invited everybody on that they can come on. So we do have
Nice.
a possible Tom McDonald appearance. I know that he's busy right now, but
yeah, he just launched a new single, so he's usually pretty busy those next couple of weeks after that. So, but he's a good guy. I'm sure if he can squeeze in, 15 or 20 minutes, he'll join in.
Facts.
I ain't got his digits like you though, so
I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things, man.
yeah.
Okay. Maybe I should tell everybody this.
Should you?
What was really cool. So in the last 2 days, I've been recognized out in the wild twice, and it's really cool. I mean, the people are always very, very respectful. I might meet up with one of them this weekend, just to go hang out.
Yeah.
But so I'm 200,000 followers, and apparently a bunch of them are in Washington State, which is awesome. And hey, if you guys do ever see me out in the wild, don't be afraid to say hi. I love meeting new people. I love meeting patriots, and I don't mind.
We were talking about this before the show, and I'm like, Maurice is so recognizable, right? I just go out in public, they're like, oh, this is average white guy out there. It's like, there's no difference between me and another white guy. And yes, I am saying all white people look the same. So whatever.
I mean, I have a hard time telling you guys apart. The guy with a beard.
What do you mean, you guys?
What do you mean, you people?
Oh my God. Thanks for sharing, Kona.
Yes, thank you guys for sharing the stream. Oh yes, please, you guys, if you can, share the stream. That it'll really help us grow. It's Friday night. It's a little bit more laid back.
Yeah,
we do have a couple of
conspiracy
theories to go through, which is going to be fun. And if you guys have questions, just put them in the chat. We'll read them out.
Oh, snap. Mama J puts you on blast. Follow me back, Maurice. Oh,
well, let's see. I got my X pulled up right now. Hang on. Let me see if I can figure this out.
I think her handle's Mama J. Hang on. I'll tell you here in a second. Come on. Oh, it's Judy Billy Adams. Did you get that?
Mama Judy.
Mama J. It's Mama J.
Live on stream. I got you.
You're welcome, Mama J. She's a subscriber of mine, so she's amazing.
Judy Billy Adams. You guys want to go give her a follow on X?
Yeah.
Right. Get in line, Mom. Oh no! Oh no!
Dude, you're gonna be following back like 2,000 people tonight. Farm girl is Ash Farms, by the way.
What?
At Ash Farms. So
how do you know all this?
Because they're subscribers of mine. I know my people, Maurice. Okay.
Well, I don't remember things, so I'm sorry. All right, I got Farm Girl as well.
There we go. All's well in the world. No more. We're done.
Hey, she's got 33,000 followers. Well done. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
But yeah.
Traditionally,
so
Sarah, thank you for joining.
Well, oh yeah, and then the whole Epstein thing with Ghislaine Maxwell getting the I guess like a partial immunity. I wonder what that was all about. I haven't seen anything. I don't know if it was maybe to spill the beans on some people, because apparently it's like she name dropped 100 people that had some sort of connection or whatever. So I don't know. We'll see. But at the end of the day, this is up to Pam Bondi. I mean, she has a chance to redeem herself, to be quite honest. I mean, it wouldn't be a full redemption, but it would be a pretty good start, I would say.
Yeah, it would be. But Steve, you're getting distracted again. Okay, talking about all this like real life shit.
Man, I forgot our impending doom.
Yes, we have to cover this because this is the most important thing. I don't know what's going on here. Stop it.
Paywall.
Possibly hostile alien threat detected in unknown interstellar object. A shocking new study claims. A new study. How about that? Just happened to be published today.
Breaking news.
Oh, it's published on July 16th. Well, whatever. Mysterious intergalactic object could potentially be a hostile alien spacecraft that's slated to attack our planet in November, according to a controversial new study by a small group of scientists.
I can't even listen to that.
Dude, they start off this article like just full bore. They're like, yeah, by the way, aliens are super real, some are hostile, and this one appears to be hostile. And like they'll be here by November.
Oh man.
There's so many leaps of faith that you have to take in order to take this seriously at all.
Like, let's be real, dude. If like aliens ever passed by our planet, they would drive by and roll up the windows.
Probably.
You know what I'm getting at too. Yeah, exactly. They'll just speed up. Bye.
No, thank you. Hard pass.
Oh man, this ghetto of the interstellar system.
So dubbed Three-Eye Atlas, the interstellar entity was discovered on July 1st, rocketing toward the sun at more than 130,000 miles per hour. Live Science reported. Less than 24 hours later, it was confirmed to be an interstellar object, with initial observations suggesting that it could be a comet that measures up to 15 miles in diameter, larger than Manhattan. Lock the UFO doors.
Yeah, I know. I put that one up, and then facts said we are the universe's Section 8. No intelligent life detected. Oh my God, you guys are blowing up the chat. I love this.
Well, hey, okay. So, according to almost every origin story, there was aliens that came down. I mean, if you look at, Native American lore and, I don't know, Chinese lore, I mean, just from China, from around the world, they always have this idea that there was another form that came down and basically helped humans develop and taught them how to do things.
So you've been watching Ancient Aliens, haven't you? You know that Max and his last name's Greek is like Kalablalapalus or something like that. I don't even know how to pronounce Greek shit, but that was really bad, by the way. But the guy with that,
you guys listen carefully. Like, Steve's going to educate you. All right.
Stephanopoulos. I'll just say Stephanopoulos. They all have the Opolis or, at the end of their name. But it's the guy with the poofy hair, and he's like, aliens. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
They'd check in on us, and they would just see. All right, hold on. I should have this stuff pulled up. But you guys
should. Jamie, roll that film. Damn, we ain't giving Jamie.
See, while I'm looking this up, Steve, you're supposed to be filling in the gaps here.
That's what she said. So
Sukalos.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Troll, it's not trolling for once. Yeah, that guy. What are you pulling up?
I'm pulling up what the aliens would see once they actually get here.
Hello to this one. Must be the mayor of Portland. What the hell's it doing in New York? Must be on a scouting mission to recruit a new wave of nut jobs. Can't imagine Portland's running low on pervs and degenerates.
Can we do a grab tail? A grab tail. I love.
There's definitely no shortage of people who hate their own country there. What else could it be looking for?
America.
No. I'm not listening to this. That's exactly what I expected.
It's a metal band, dude.
Oh, she seems stable.
Now look, here's a prospect. A girl stabbing the air with a knife in broad daylight. Yeah, that's nothing to bat an eye at. Live and let stab. That must be the new motto here. Yeah, she's not hurting anybody yet. Look at these people. No concern. Meanwhile, you drop a plastic straw on the street, these same people would band together and surround you like they were the Avengers. Yeah, they'll protest a tweet online from 2009, but when it comes to the walking psych ward responsible for turning their city into a post-apocalyptic theme park, they got nothing to say. Funny how that works, huh?
All right. Well, so that's
like
why the aliens would lock their doors as they fly by.
Yeah, like I'm going past this Section 8.
Yeah, no, thank you. Hard pass.
Dude. Yeah, that's crazy. Is it that bad in Seattle?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I don't go to Seattle for that reason because I mean, it's that bad in parts of Tacoma as well. It just depends on like. Generally speaking, I work on the outskirts of Tacoma, so there's a lot of homeless camps in various spots. They'll like shift them around too, because they'll get really bad, and then there'll be like a death, and they'll clean it up. Like, oh, we're contributing.
Yeah.
And then all the homeless people just, they'll shift to a different area, and they keep on like coming back around. But yeah, I mean, it's terrible. So I did a service call. This was like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. But it was in the middle of the night. It was like 3:00 in the morning. And this dude destroyed 3 of his tires. Or you know what? This was on the 3rd of July, actually. Now that I remember, I never made a post about it, but I should have. I had this whole thing planned out. But anyway, that's kind of besides the point. But as he was sitting there waiting for me, because he destroyed 3 of his tires, he destroyed his right front steer, his right front outer drive, and his right rear outer drive.
Okay.
Not great. He was basically pulling over to get directions to where he was supposed to be going. And there was a sign sticking out of the ground, but it was just like the sheath for the sign. So it's just this piece of metal sticking up like this high, and it clipped all 3 of his his tires.
Dang. Yeah.
And so he was stuck behind this gas station, like right by a homeless encampment. And he said, as he was waiting for me to get there, he counted over 50 homeless people around his vehicle, like just walking past.
Zombies.
Yeah.
That's
and it's
crazy,
middle of the night, man. Middle of the night, and it's just, ugh.
You know, South Park actually solved this problem.
How's that?
Okay, so I don't know if you watched that episode, but in South Park, Colorado, there's a huge homeless problem. And what he decided to do was
change.
Well, I think that might be the same episode, yeah. But he played California Dreamin' by Tupac over loudspeakers and just slow driving and getting all the homeless people and bringing them to California. So
yeah, I mean, we could try that.
Yeah, we could.
Maybe I'll just hop in my truck. Yeah, maybe I'll just hop in my truck and get a loudspeaker and just try to get them down to California is not to the homeless. California.
Okay, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Man, I'm glad. Cool. Oh my gosh. I think we should give a shout out to our sponsor and then get into the conspiracy part. He's got a few videos we can show. The class.
Yeah, we sure do.
Hey, we're not streaming on Q, by the way.
It's broken. It's not letting me stream.
Q's broken?
Trouble streaming to your destination.
Interesting.
Well, so that just means that we can curse. So
fuck yeah. All right.
Well, I mean, unless we wanted to upload it later, but
whoops. We're just gonna have to beat that section.
Can't,
right.
So
23:30. All right, there we go. I'm gonna write that down.
Well, I will give a shout out to our sponsor here. Let's give a shout out to.
We can. I don't
know. I'm gonna do
if
smoking gun coffee today.
Let's, if you want to. I don't think we should do it for Q because Q's broken right now. So our connection to Q.
Facts. All right,
not like
born in the coastal plains of South Texas, Smoking Gun Coffee is founded by combat veterans that know exactly what a cup of coffee needs to taste like. Run by father and son, each coffee bean is perfected, roasted at 500 degrees, and cooled with a Gulf Coast breeze. Smoking Gun Coffee hand makes and bags each ounce of coffee for maximum customer satisfaction. With every purchase, 10% goes back to organizations that help veterans and local communities. That's Texas made, one bag at a time. To find out more, go to www.smokingguncoffee.com.
Whoa. I guess Maurice had to go to the potty real quick. Oh.
No. I was actually just going to get the Smoking Gun coffee.
Number one and number two. How much should I talk?
Dude, if you guys go to smokingguncoffee.com, look, I got custom labels here.
Nice.
Smoking Gun Coffee, Rise of the Patriots, Toasted Southern Pecan. My favorite, my wife's favorite, is Rise Like a Native, Shine Like a Patriot. It's the first one that was made for me. Smoking Gun Coffee. You can use discount code Native Patriot, get 10% off. Veteran-owned company in Texas. They were my first ever sponsor. I'm actually wearing their shirt as well.
Yeah, I need to
get
in contact with them.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
They make great coffee. It's phenomenal. And and of course I get like you're helping sponsor me as well. I'm an affiliate, so use discount code Native Patriot. You can get whatever kind of coffee you want there, but I do have a Tribe of Patriots tab on there. Like if you go to smokingguncoffee.com, click on the Tribe of Patriots tab, they have I think the hats are still sold out, unfortunately, but there's a couple different coffee brands. Dude, I know. I need to reach out to that company.
So legit. And then I can do cowboy hats. We can have like a Cowboys and Indians.
That would be awesome. I'm actually talking to a local shirt company right now about making some Washington Redskins shirts.
Oh, nice.
Instead of the Redskins, it's just gonna be my face like this.
You can call it the Washington Epstein client list and have the same logo. I'm just kidding.
Just have a picture of Congress on there.
Yeah, pretty much. Like something like I'm gonna tell my kids this is the Epstein client list or something like that. You know, you see that meme all the time, but people would wear it as a t-shirt. It's kind of it still has novelty right now. Now if they release the whole thing, then it's kind of overish. But anyways, so tonight we are going to be talking about a conspiracy with the Cabbage Patch Kids. So do you want me to read off kind of like the scenario from Rock?
I would love to get the background on this because
before
this
we play
is
the videos and all that.
Yeah, this is a very, very fascinating I guess conspiracy theory that we can go down.
Okay. And I'm going to read it. It's not very long. Okay.
That's what he said.
Oh, come on, man. All right. So the Cabbage Patch Babies. All right. This is a early 1900s conspiracy theory. It's chillingly plausible when you connect the dots. Those bizarre postcards showing babies going into cabbage patches or shipped on trains weren't just quirky art. They were a coded reveal of elite-controlled repopulation schemes. The timing aligns with major population disruptions like wars and the 1918 flu, when societies needed rapid rebuilding. The orphan trains, which were real, moving 200,000 kids with spotty records, mirror the postcard's imagery of mass baby transport, hinting at a system for distributing children from secret breeding or eugenics programs. Incubator baby exhibits at world fairs, I've seen that before too, displaying infants like products, further suggest the public conditioning to accept engineered humans. The Cabbage Patch motif, babies as crops, screams of a hidden truth about human production, reinforced decades later by the suspiciously similar Cabbage Patch Kids dolls. The lack of clear historical records and this eerie consistency of this imagery across time make it hard to dismiss. Something was being normalized, and the postcards were the elite sly way of flaunting it. That's what I pulled up on Grok. And we do have some videos that are going to corroborate a lot of this information. So you have 3. Pick your poison.
I'm going to choose this one first. Check this out.
When it comes to the Cabbage Patch Kids, have you ever wondered why they came with adoption papers? Maybe it was just more than...
Obviously, you guys, this is clearly a verified historian. It's from a TikTok page, so it has to be 100% true because it was published on the internet. So don't take this with a grain of salt. This is 100% real. And we had fact checkers behind the scenes that we paid with very real money to verify everything in this.
So we cannot get community noted on this podcast.
Exactly. Yeah, no community notes. Even though I don't think live streams are monetized at all.
Probably not.
So, oh well.
Some little cute gimmick. In my last video, I talked about how the orphan train shipped over 250,000 children across America. This all took place between 1854 and 1929 under the so-called Orphan Relocation Program. But here is where the rabbit hole goes even deeper. These Cabbage Patch Kids were sold as babies that you could adopt, complete with official paperwork. That being said, some people believe that this was a form of predictive programming, basically just mocking the actual true dark history that might have happened. Now let's actually think about this for a moment. In the orphan train era, kids were rounded up, stripped of their origins, and then sent to these new families. That sound a little familiar? Most of these kids were young enough that they were the prime age for indoctrination. Basically a whole entire memory swipe. It does seem strange, the idea of children growing from a Cabbage Patch, though. It's almost like they just popped up out of nowhere. Similar in the way that we don't know where all these orphans came from. Now, I'm not saying that these are clones, but I am saying that there's a lot more evidence for that claim than you might think. So was this all just one big coincidence, or just another twisted way of them putting the truth in plain sight, similar to the way that they do now, especially with entertainment, movies, and our television programming? Now here is something to really get the cogs moving. The orphan train movement ended in 1929. The Cabbage Patch Kids, however, was released in 1979, exactly 50 years later. I don't know about you, but I'm finding coincidences much, much harder to believe these days.
Do you think that when something like this is released, it's a way to kind of discredit a conspiracy theory? Like, because they make these dolls, people will grow up knowing those dolls, and then when people try to connect this to like the kids being transported back in the day in the 1920s, it's kind of just like, oh no, this, it came from the lore of this idea with the Cabbage Patch Kids and this company. It's like people are just adding on to the lore. It's a way to like discredit it by basically putting it in your face, mocking us, as he said, in a way that they mock us about history, that it's, they use certain products like this in order to basically just discredit the past, right?
I mean, it could be. Do you think this guy? So what do you think the intention is? Oh, he left me again. Oh,
no, I'm still here. I can.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. Like, so this one video is one of like 3 that I found, and what I want to know.
That history repeats itself, but you kind of have to wonder.
I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
Oh, that's
Why is
fine.
this not fitting me?
I just want to know like where all these parents were, right? 250,000 orphans. I don't know. To me, I don't see, like, there wasn't one parent that said like where the hell is my kid? Or maybe they just took the entire orphan population. I don't know.
Well, you know what's funny is, so we talked about this on our last conspiracy theory stream. Mm-hmm. The Tartaria, the idea of Tartaria, right? The civilization that built all these great buildings, our state capitals, the big banks, and the world fairs and things like that. And there was a repopulation effort of humans, and that basically were an experiment. And so this kind of ties into like what the mental asylums were and things of that nature, is that we were put here, only a couple hundred humans, like we are right now, were put here a couple of hundred years ago, or at least this iteration of humans was put here to repopulate as an experiment, as a social experiment, that our history is fake, and that a lot of those old world buildings were created by a different civilization. The world wars were there to destroy those buildings. The World Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of those old buildings, the history that we're actually part of, were destroyed, and that slowly but surely they're erasing the memory of what humans are supposed to be.
Previous civilization, yeah.
Yes, yeah, the previous civilization. So if we kind of link these conspiracy theories together, that this was part of the repopulation effort, and he said it pretty well with the memory swipe, right? The memory swipe,
okay,
which they can just be taught about the history that was written by AI. Let's say AI has been around for a long time, and it created an entire false history that they've actually done more times than one, and it's been perfected over the iterations of humans. Because if you look at our human population, right, it's nothing until about 1700 or 1800, and then it goes like this. Up to now.
Meaning technologically or historical?
No, the human population.
Oh, the population. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, the human population was nothing for supposedly hundreds of thousands of years. And then all of a sudden, we skyrocket. And we say that it's because of the technology that we have.
And
in all reality, go ahead.
Like food production and, medicine and water, the ability to decontaminate water, essentially. That's what they're telling us, right?
Yeah. But realistically, that's just technology that we've been given in order to help repopulate the earth, to run whatever experiment they're running on us. Whatever higher form of being is running the experiment of humans.
That made me laugh. YouTube comment.
Zen, perfect comment. Yeah, boomers were horny like rabbits. And I mean, in all reality, they were. But people used to have a ton of kids. Are we supposed to believe that there was no ability to have such a spike in human population than we did in the 17 to 1800s and even to now? So we'll say it starts at like 1800, because there was a small climb in the 1700s, and then it literally skyrockets, and then we just have billions of people all of a sudden, which it's possible that the human population has been a graph that looks more like waves, where there's a giant cataclysm that just ends the experiment for humans, and then we're brought back. And there's repopulation efforts like the Cabbage Patch Kids, right?
Right.
Where they will just breed and produce a bunch of humans that are then indoctrinated into this false belief that they've grown up in a different world than the reality that their parents know. The insane asylums were possibly some of the people that didn't want to go along with it, that lost all their children, and then, were just forced into these insane asylums, that it was a form of control.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I know this is kind of a little bit off topic, but Great Britain. Wait, maybe this might be one that will counter it, because Great Britain has been around for what, thousands of years, maybe.
They ruled the world since like the 1200s, 1300s.
Yeah, something like it's like 75% of the world or something like that.
Yeah.
How is Great Britain not overpopulated? They are literally the size of less than Texas. And they have been around for so long, and they have areas where it's fields. Like they have woods and everything. So like I don't know. It's that, to me, that kind of blows my mind. Well, maybe the whole overpopulation is a myth. Does that make sense? Like here in the United States, I mean, they'll say that the United States is overcrowded, but I know we're kind of getting off topic a little bit, but we have so much area that we can live in. So that's a blue anon conspiracy theory.
I don't know, man. I honestly believe that whatever version of humans that we are being like, we're running an experiment for somebody.
Could be. This episode is really turning into Ancient Aliens, because they talk about that a lot, like a highly advanced, especially during like Egyptian times, how the pyramids were like a potential energy source, and they were getting, actual energy from alien civilizations, and they were tunneling
Dude, there's
it.
pyramids all around the world.
Yeah, and they were all roughly built around the same time too.
Well, I mean, maybe the way that they carbon date things is like, it's a little sus. But here we got Troll saying, I don't know about all this BS. This is 100% fact. On Conspiracy Friday, we only talk facts. There's nothing else here, okay?
Anything you say, welcome. I don't care.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The Egyptians welcomed the Jews, and the Jews started trying to dismantle the government, so they made them slaves. And the Jews wrote Exodus, playing the victim. I mean,
kind of plausible. I mean,
I don't know if I even believe the entire the way that they tell the story of the Egyptians is garbage. I don't think that, because they say that the slaves made the pyramids and the slaves built those statues, but then you look at something like the Sphinx and you're like, okay, wait a minute, the Sphinx is way older than we initially thought, and its face was taken off. What face was actually there? How come a lot of the ancient statues don't have the proper face on them? Or, they'll say like the hands and the face were destroyed during earthquakes, right? You look at something like Easter Island and you're like, wait a minute, why are there giant statues in the middle of the freaking ocean?
Yeah.
That are, 30 feet tall, or however tall they actually are. I don't know. Well, but they're full on statues, full bodies. And it's like the story that they tell us doesn't make sense. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And apparently Easter Island was heavily populated, and from what they say, it was over farmed and all of that stuff, and everything you can't grow anything anymore.
No,
that's
dude. No, yeah, no. There's a whole another theory about the land of Mu that used to be there.
Mu?
That sank. It's kind of like Atlantis, basically, where it sank into the ocean,
like a Pacific Atlantis, essentially.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it was Atlantis itself, but yeah, you guys look up the land of Mu. Fascinating, very fascinating. I explained the alien thing. The problem is that people from different races have hard time. People from another race can create stuff. Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that humans in general didn't build these things. I'm saying that, or if we did, it was a long lost art and technology that we as current humans don't know about. Because I don't think that the Egyptians were any dumber than we are, right? They were probably the exact same. They're distracted easily. They are just as prone to sin as we are. But for some reason, thank you. Yes, this protects me from all the
5G.
The 5G that's gonna get my brain.
There's probably 10G out there right now. I need to wear.
It's gonna give me COVID.
Okay. They're gonna send it through this right here. They're gonna send it through your cell phone. That's how you're gonna collect, get COVID. Oh gosh.
Okay, before we get too far off, Steve he brought in a couple videos that we should watch. So again, this is from a TikTok historian, and it is 100% accurate. No inaccuracies. This is well documented in every historian book out there. So check it out.
For the Cabbage Patch Babies, right? Cabbage Patch Kids, those cute dolls that everybody was going crazy for. Did you know they have a dark history? And I'm not talking about the one where people were breaking their legs and fighting out in public to buy theirs.
Parents are fighting over.
Do you ever look at those videos and wonder, like, what in the hell possesses people to go and do that? Like, I have no interest to go and fight over toys, but there's such a weird, and I know that like boomers today will like look down on millennials and think that we're all crazy, and Gen Z as well. But then you see videos like this and you're like, hold on, you guys were fighting, like fist fighting over toys, and you want to give us crap? No. And by the way, so I started off my career at Les Schwab, which is a customer service tire shop. Okay. The rudest people were always boomers and Gen X. They were so rude that this is why I actually changed jobs to where I'm at now. So back in 2018 is when I changed jobs to just strictly do industrial, because dealing with customers was a miserable experience. And most of my miserable experiences were from either Gen X or boomers that were just incredibly rude. I had this really old lady. She was racist, and it was kind of funny. Okay. I don't blame her at all, but it was, I just thought it was hilarious. But she opened a credit line with us back in like 2006. And this was probably 2013, 2014. So it'd been like 8 years. And I was like, hey, by the way, it's company policy that we're supposed to basically open you a new account since you haven't used this account for the last 8 years. And she was super mad about this because she, I don't know, wanted to get something. I don't remember what it was, but she was fighting with me about it. She's like, no, I have an account here. I'm like, I know, but it's been a long time and we're supposed to rerun your credit.
Right.
And some kind of altercation happened. And at the end, she was like, yeah. And I in plain English, she was talking about it basically insinuating that I was, a foreigner from another country. And so, but
she thought you were an H-1B visa?
No, not that. She didn't think I was a dot. She probably thought I was a Mexican.
Oh, okay.
But I just said back to her, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Is my Native American accent too strong for you?
Right. Oh my gosh.
But she ended up leaving. But yeah, most of my bad experiences were with the older generations. I'm sorry to get so sidetracked, you guys.
Okay.
But I just saw that
like
one
all night because I really want to talk about Egyptians a little bit more. But let's do that another day. We can do like,
Kilburn. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I intentionally didn't learn Spanish because I don't want to be mistaken for Mexican. Yes, I know, buddy. All right, we can keep going.
What we believe were just cute little dolls actually comes from a dark history where people truly believed that you could go and pick your baby out of a cabbage field. People had no idea how babies were made or where they came from. The farmers would plant seeds, and then the couple would go and pick their baby out of a crop. It's the same storyline as the stork, where the stork would go and bring a baby to an awaiting couple. The difference was the parents would go to the farm to pick the Cabbage Patch baby. And if parents were not worthy of receiving these babies, they'd get unalive babies in return as a form of punishment. Graphic warning on this video that I found online. I didn't want to post the full thing. This is from the 1800s, and it was supposedly a fairy going to the Cabbage Patch to pick the babies out. They look like new babies too. Like, that's a little fresh baby. And give it to the people who were awaiting their child. I don't know if they found this humorous. They also believe that babies couldn't feel pain back then. So the way she's handling the baby, it's weird, but they didn't believe that there was any pain happening. I'll probably never look at Cabbage Patch babies the same.
See, that was the lizard people taking form of humans, creating more humans to... Hang on. All right, Steve, you take over for a second. I'm going to take my son out of the...
You're good, man. So look, guys, it's on. I did it just for you, just for my audience. Oh my God, it looks so weird. But anyways, so that was video 2. And I think the next one kind of goes into the birth certificates a little bit more. But yeah, this is crazy. Just everything that we're looking into. And I think a lot of conspiracies have some truth behind it, but I do think, oh, here we go. I'll pull this comment. Go to hell, you conquered losers. Wow. USA, conquered, not stolen. But anyways, so a lot of conspiracies do there is truth behind a lot of them. And I think sometimes, people get into that rabbit hole and they kind of run away with it. But at the same time, I don't want to discount anything behind it, because I mean, look what happened during COVID, and that was like very recently. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this could be 100% factual. I just don't know. Obama has a Cabbage Patch birth certificate.
Good comment, Jeff.
That was a good one. So you want to pull up the third one?
All right. The final video on the Cabbage Patch conspiracy theory, which, you know. Oh, dude, they do connect it to Tartaria. I was telling you about this, man. Tartaria.
Cabbage Patch Babies and orphan trains. I've got quite a theory for you, so hear me out. Cabbage Patch Babies, that's...
By the way, I haven't seen any of these videos. It's the first time I'm seeing it. So if he repeats what I say, I'm just going to assume that all of my biases are now confirmed and that I'm 100% right.
It's basically... Have you ever heard of a homunculus? Homunculus is like, they have figured out ways they can grow people out of the ground. It's pretty disgusting, but it's a real thing. And so they figured out how to grow people in basically in a cabbage pod. It's like the same as the pod people. And but they had to convince everybody that the world was a globe, of course. So that all ties into Tartaria. They wiped out everybody. First, they taught all the elders. They tried to get them to accept the fact that the Earth was a globe. Some did, and I think the ones who didn't were killed. And then, along with everybody in the population, and then they repopulated. There was the incubators and the infantoriums of the I'm blanking out. It's the world fairs, the infantoriums of the world fairs, and they would sell these babies, live babies, and nobody knew where they came from. So like Jerry Seinfeld said his dad was one of the babies that came from the World Fair incubator. But so they used these orphan trains from like 1850 to 1924 to like repopulate all of America with children. That's why you see pictures of children trying to operate these giant pieces of machinery that obviously are not built for people their size. They're built for adults at the least, if not something bigger than that. And so once they were able to wipe out everybody who still knew the truth about the shape of the earth, they could start their new education program.
I didn't realize that this was going to be a flat earth thing.
See what that was the point. I'm glad you played this one last, because he's just taking it like to the furthest level possible.
Yeah. This dude seems a bit fruity. It's because he is.
Yeah, 100%.
You're not wrong. He is a bit fruity. Not that stage yet. U.S. and Japan leading the charge because eugenics are crazy controlling. Oh, I must have missed something. Maybe he's having a conversation with somebody else.
Grow up a whole new America, and where 100% of them, when it began, agreed the earth was a ball. In every big city in America, there has been a fire that destroyed the entire city at some point in the last 150 years. Just Google it.
This is true.
So first, anyone who was a Tartarian,
yep,
which is a blanket term, I understand, was killed, and then they tried to destroy every piece of architecture that proved what they were doing so that they could try to convince people that technology wasn't better before you came along. And then they grew.
I actually kind of think that that's true about them controlling the kind of technology that they release.
Yeah. But so man, it's like he's making some like legitimate like arguments, but he's also going to the other direction too. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No. He's connecting it to like the earth being flat, because a lot of the Tartarian folks, they believe that there was, or that in the ice wall theory, that basically the world that we inhabit is a smaller portion of the actual world that has like dinosaurs and stuff like on other continents past the ice wall, right?
Oh, okay.
and different civilizations with different technology and stuff, and so they're basically just controlling us in a very specific way in order to repopulate the earth with a brand new history and I guess maybe see what we as humans do with it. I'm not sure, but
maybe.
But we'll keep going. We got another minute
a
left
whole
of
new
this
society, and they fed them the lies that they wanted them to believe. We are now at the point in our civilization where technology has severely outpaced the lie. So it's very easy now to figure out that Earth is flat, but we're so locked into our programming that it's very difficult to question your reality. Once people do question the reality, consider the possibilities, then they can open their mind and start activating their consciousness. That's when you have the power to make a decision against authority if it's bad for you.
Well, he's not wrong with that either. You know, you should question authority. You should always question authority, actually. And the only reason authority exists is because we give them authority. We grant them authority.
Yeah, if I'm starting to cut out, dude, like it's starting to pour right now, and I have Starlink. So fingers crossed.
Like Bigfoot. Very blurry.
Oh no!
Bringing back that joke.
Oh my god, I'm trying to. Comments are blowing up right now. Oh, dude, pull that comment up. That one's good.
How does he know the Earth is flat if he doesn't even know what straight looks like?
Oof, oof.
Isaac,
that was a barn
Thank
burner
you for that.
You know, Isaac's only like in his early 20s. He's a young guy.
Based.
Young buck.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
I remember being young. I mean, granted, I'm not as old as middle-aged Steve over here, but or not as old. Dude, my protection is falling off here. It's supposed to be wrapped around this, so that way it radiates the 5G technology to help prevent COVID. I think we're good. 25 here indeed. Say you're not that much younger than me. I'm only 33, so turning 34 here soon.
I was just trying to text you. My Wi-Fi bad, brother. It's getting bad here.
It's okay. We you know, we've been going for an hour. It's I mean, we can keep going if you guys want to talk. If you guys want to talk about different theories, I mean, I don't have anywhere to go tonight, but
yeah, me either.
But your Wi-Fi is kind of. Oh, you're back.
So am I back? Yeah. Keep talking. I'm gonna check the radar right now.
I don't think it's gonna help you. It's just like worrying about something you can't control. You know. One of those.
I just want a time frame.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you, Greg, for the comment. Love the tinfoil headdress. Yes, I spent a lot of time on this, as you can clearly see. It's specifically crafted by hand, so that way I can be protected from every angle almost.
Hell.
But I also don't want a tinfoil dome, because if the radio waves penetrate, it can bounce around in the dome and make it worse. So I leave specific spots open. I calculated very, very conspicuously to leave openings to shield my.
Hey Mo, your mic is really low.
Trap it. Really? I think maybe it's just you, or I was talking away from the mic. I don't know. It could be that as well.
Oh, am I back?
You are back. Yeah, again.
For a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah, we may have to just, cut it out early. It's all right.
Yeah, damn, dude.
Right.
Sorry.
It was definitely me. I was just talking away from the mic. I was, getting lazy. See, there you go. It's got a laneless plate carrier. That genius. It makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah, it's still low, dude.
What?
Yeah. Oof.
Tinfolk. I think that's a compliment.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I'm gonna take it as a compliment. Okay, what the heck? How come? Like, I don't know what happened. Edit mic settings. Okay, well, I guess I'll just try it like this. Is this okay? If this is better, then it's better, and I'll leave it like this.
It's good now.
Okay, I made some adjustments. Oh, okay. All right, where were we, guys? Oh, Tartaria, flat Earth. You know, I heard that the sea level is rising over in Europe right now, which proves the flat Earth theory, because that just means that our Earth is tilting towards Europe. Because it's not rising here. But if it's rising in Europe, then it totally makes sense.
All right. I think I'm back. The storm kind of chilled out for a second. I'm sure you heard that thunder.
Yeah, actually I did. Huh.
Yeah, it's bad here, man. Well, they do have a system that was in the Gulf of America. And but damn, I had the volume all the way up when Steve yelled on the mic. Oh my god. I think you're just trolling our listeners, bro. I think you do that on purpose.
Isaac says the sea level is rising in Europe because Rosie O'Donnell moved there. Only Rosie O'Donnell.
Definite potato famine in Ireland now. That's a double entendre, ladies and gentlemen.
This is not troll. This is not a hat. This is a war bonnet to fight the spiritual battle that we are currently facing. All right?
Dude.
But it could be causing interference.
Oh, my God. All right. So what's the next conspiracy theory? We can talk about something else. Do you want to continue about?
Well, you know what?
Or I'm sure we could pull up something good.
No, I got. Let's see.
Hang on.
Steve's Wi-Fi.
There we go. Hey, well, you're not old enough, but you ever had to put tin foil on like antennas for like your TV? You know, like the antennas, like the individual ones or whatever. So I just think like I just need to adjust mine for my Wi-Fi, and I think I might be all right.
That was well before my time, Steve.
Well before my time. Many moons ago.
Many moons ago, when I was still in my dad's balls.
Red dot, dude. He's like, many moons ago.
Many moons ago. No, it's not the dot kind. No, many moons ago.
Oh my god, I might start talking in my Arnold Schwarzenegger voice for the rest of the podcast.
Get to the chopper. Hey, this was
maybe
fun.
I don't know.
So this is going to explain a little bit more about the. Okay, you know, I may have pulled up the wrong video. Now that I think about it.
Troll said I will still box you though. Do it now.
Do it now.
Which video are you trying to pull up?
The pyramids one.
The pyramids?
Yeah. From the Y-Files, which is like my favorite conspiracy theory videos. It is amazing to see the kinds of videos that these people put out. So AJ over at the Y-Files, he actually recently went on Joe Rogan's podcast, which was very interesting. Yeah. And I think he started out around 2020. And his videos were short and not super great, but now he's got almost 5 million subscribers. It's amazing. Wow. It's very, very cool to see.
Yeah, once you build up that high, you can actually make enough money to have like a production team, and I'm sure he's
got a whole team
significantly better, and he probably has researchers and to help him out. You know.
Oh yeah.
Storyboard it, kind of.
That's for sure. So this is the Y-Files. Tesla knew of the secret of the Great Pyramids, and maybe that's why he was killed, or at least that's why he passed away.
Tesla believed that he could harness the energy from inside the Earth and transmit that power wirelessly around the world. His early experiments were successful, but his research mysteriously vanished after his death. There is no evidence left of Tesla's wireless power technology, or is there? For years, we were taught that the Great Pyramid of Giza was a tomb for a king. It wasn't. It had a different purpose. Tesla didn't invent wireless power. It's been here for 5,000 years, and probably
at least 5,000 years. And I truly wonder why we haven't been able to recreate this, or if we are just intentionally being stifled from, using this kind of generator.
Yes, I've seen like, I think it was on Ancient Aliens, but like of an advanced civilization like 20,000 years ago, something crazy like that, and how they were just wiped off, and no evidence or whatever, dude. So yeah, I absolutely agree, man. I just see like so many of these different civilizations, and the thing with the pyramids is what gets me is why can't we recreate that now? That is my biggest hang up on this whole thing. We have
not even just the pyramids, but the state capitals, the banks. I mean, all of these buildings that have the old tech, as you would call it. Right. And the pyramids are linked to this because on all the old world buildings, as they say, it had the tech up on top. It had that antenna that went up, and that was what drew in the free energy generated by the pyramids. And this is how.
A lot longer than that. Okay, why were the pyramids built?
Storage for dead mummies.
Dead mummies?
It's a tautology.
Mainstream Egyptology.
You know what's crazy is when you think about this, that I was taught as a child that they literally built these giant pyramids in order to bury a king.
Right. A pharaoh, yes.
And I remember just believing that, being like, wow, that's crazy. What kind of tyrant would do that? I want my gravestone to be a giant pyramid, perfectly symmetrical with true north and to the exact measurements. I mean, and also built by slaves, built by the Jews, right? The Jewish slaves that they had. Which, I mean, I don't believe that slaves can build perfect architecture like that.
No.
It's not.
But they'll say it's the Egyptian engineers and mathematicians that did this.
Right. Yeah. It had to be like within millimeters of
literally
perfection.
like millimeters. Yes, dude.
Yeah. All put together by slaves. Makes perfect sense. Yeah. Slave labor.
They were carrying these huge blocks, and they were using logs with ropes, and they were all pulling it along this. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
He says that the Great Pyramid of Giza is a tomb built for Khufu, the 4th dynasty Egyptian pharaoh who ruled 4,500 years ago. But the Great Pyramid doesn't have any characteristics of other Egyptian tombs. The Great Pyramid contains no artifacts, no hieroglyphs, and no elaborate wall art. It's been argued that the granite sarcophagus found in the king's chamber once contained Khufu's mummy. There's no evidence that a mummy was ever there. No mummy has ever been found in any pyramid, ever. Ancient Egyptians considered their pharaohs gods. The Great Pyramid is a strange structure for a god. Small chambers, narrow shafts, no markings at all. The way the pyramid was built and the materials used to build it suggest it had a different purpose. The sides of the pyramid are aligned with the compass with such accuracy that only modern engineering can match it. The Great Pyramid is a mountain made of 2.5 million blocks of stone weighing 6 million tons, piled 481 feet high. Its footprint is over 13 acres. To align this construction within 1/15th of a degree of true north is impossible precision. The base of the Great Pyramid is leveled to within 3/4 of an inch. The only way to do this with modern structures is to use lasers. Even though the
not only that, how did they account for the weight distribution of the 2.5 million blocks that they were putting together to keep it perfectly level in that way?
I mean, how long
they
did
took
it take?
out their sticks?
Yeah, I know, right? It didn't take like 50 years, roughly.
I don't believe any of it. I don't know.
Yeah. What they're telling us, I should say. It's
their theories are probably 50 years or so, of slaves just working They weren't Kangs. Yeah.
Sides of the pyramid are over 755 feet long, made of stone blocks weighing between 2 and 40 tons each. Each side is within 2 inches of any other. That's 99.98% accurate. Fun fact, the pyramid doesn't have 4 sides. It actually has 8. Each side is slightly concave that you can only really see from directly above, or when the pyramid casts shadows during the equinoxes. And yes, those angles too are perfect. Whoever built the pyramids somehow knew the size of the Earth. If you take the height of the pyramid and multiply it by 43,200, you get 3,938.
This is where I get a little skeptical of it being like this. This I think is just like the way geometry works, is that things happen in specific patterns. I don't think it was necessarily the size of the Earth that they were trying to build this off of, but maybe I'm wrong.
We know that the ancients were obsessed with equinoxes, when the day and the night are the same lengths. The length of the day and night on an equinox is 43,200 seconds. Now, skeptics will say this relationship between 43,200 and the size of the Earth is forced. They say, well, the planet is different sizes and different...
Well, the thing... Okay, so if your theory is that the direction is by accident, I am curious as to what true north means, because the poles are shifting, and it's been shown that the Earth has actually shifted its orbit, or the way it moves several times. So it seems odd to me. North. Yeah, it seems odd to me that this would be that perfect. So you might actually. I don't think anything was done by accident, but maybe the way that we see it right now is not the reason why it is the true north that they expect. Maybe it's just with the way that the Earth, like no matter which way, maybe they knew that the Earth was going to shift 45 degrees when the poles shift, so they basically planned ahead. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think it's an accident.
Yeah. We just have to worry about. Go ahead. I was just gonna say we just have to worry about the next magnetic shift. You know, the great apocalypse.
That's coming up, bro. It's coming up.
Which will have a positive charge. The other will have a negative charge. Connect the two faces together and you have an electrical circuit. Because of this property, quartz is used in all kinds of modern devices like watches, clocks, TVs, GPS units, and on and on. To charge a watch that uses quartz, all you have to do is shake it. And if you've ever used a barbecue lighter, the voltage is created by a quartz crystal. The king and queen's chambers were built with granite that is 85% quartz. The tunnels and passageways are also lined with quartz-rich granite. If pressure was applied to all this granite, it would generate a tremendous amount of electricity, turning the pyramid into a giant power plant. And there's proof that this is exactly what happened. The idea that the Great Pyramid was a power plant is not new. It was first proposed in the 1970s. It was and is considered a fringe theory.
Ooh, those are my favorite kind of theories.
I know.
More like stifled.
You're right.
Right? Because they wanted the popular narrative to be that, these are just basically tombstones for the kings of the past. As if we are to expect that humanity in general idolizes giant tombstones over what the ancients were actually trying to offer. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's to like expect some kind of dictatorship from humanity. Like, what is that saying where power, what is it? Power consumes or power corrupts absolutely and absolute, or what is it?
Yeah.
I can't remember the saying.
Yeah, I haven't heard it in so long, but someone's going to type it in the chat. We can
power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, something along those lines.
Yeah, and close.
Like, we're just supposed to believe that. We're supposed to believe that if you as a human get to that level of power, you will worship things like building yourself a giant tombstone in the shape of a pyramid, as opposed to like basically putting us off the trail completely of what they were actually doing with the pyramid.
It's aliens, dude. It all comes back to aliens. Come on.
Yeah, a conditioning of human nature. This may be a good way to put it.
Okay.
It's like training us to believe what we idolize in general.
Yeah, I mean they started with the
or
food
fear.
pyramid. The food pyramid, all these different things is designed to condition you to a set of rules.
The fringier the better. Fringier? Fringier. No, that doesn't sound right. What's your problem?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is the show interrupting your train of thought?
Sarcasm, nice.
Well, what do you expect? I'm trying to set up the show here, and it's not easy to do when you're jumping in with comments. As more and more discoveries were made over the years, more evidence emerged that the Great Pyramid as a power plant wasn't fringe science, but actual science.
Okay, Humbled Clay here says everyone worships something. And this is actually one of the arguments I make about how everybody is religious, unless you're a psychopath. But if you believe in good and evil, then you are inherently religious, because there has to be an ideal good and an ideal evil. There's levels to it, and humans, the way that we interact with the world, it is inherently religious. It doesn't matter if you are a Christian or if you are a wokester. Your actions are built upon similar foundations of what you see as good and evil. The wokesters of today, they have an ever-changing ideal. Basically, they're preachers. The politicians or the news or the late-night show hosts will preach to them, telling them and updating them about what their new ideal is, and then that's why they're so. Yeah, that's why they are zealot about it. They act like zealots.
Yeah,
but
self-righteous. Yeah, self-righteous. I guess. Yeah, yeah. I see the point behind that. When you brought up like the thinking of a higher power and good and evil, it reminded me of a really good point, and it's actually in a movie. I don't know if you watch horror films at all, but the Insidious or those horror film franchises.
Yeah,
The Devil Made Me Do It. I don't know if you've ever watched that, but there's a scene where Ed Warren is in the witness stand, and they were talking about God, and he essentially states we're always talking about "so help me God" or put your hand on the Bible, swearing. Why don't we think that evil exists if does that make sense? Like, you can't say something is good without there's something bad on the other side. So they were trying to convince that this guy was possessed and he murdered somebody because of it. So I think that's a pretty good, an interesting argument, or kind of an additional piece to what you were talking about.
One of the most compelling cases comes from Christopher Dunn. He believes the process starts in the subterranean chamber. Below the pyramid are aquifers. As water moves through the underground cavities, sound waves are created. The frequency of these waves resonate with the Earth's natural vibration. As those waves move up through the pyramid, a process is used to magnify, focus, and convert the sound into energy. The Queen's Chamber was used for a chemical reaction that created hydrogen, and there's substantial proof of this. There are two interior shafts that lead to the Queen's Chamber. The northern shaft has traces of hydrochloric acid. The southern has traces of hydrated zinc chloride. Combining these two chemicals creates a volatile reaction that generates hydrogen, a lot of hydrogen. This hydrogen gas would flow from the Queen's Chamber through the horizontal passage and into the Grand Gallery. The Grand Gallery is also made of granite. As the hydrogen gas builds up, the pressure compresses the granite, creating electricity. This electricity also ionizes the air, increasing conductivity.
Are you guys understanding this kind of science here? It's very simple. There's a big squish on these certain elements, creates gas, and that's what helps generate electricity. And it helps with how large the pyramid is. The Earth is constantly it's creating frequencies with how it resonates, and so the pyramids were built in a specific way to utilize that energy in order to create specified free energy for whoever was around.
Oh man, he's getting bangers tonight, man.
Yeah, Isaac says, imagine we found out the pyramids are Hunter Biden's meth lab crack house.
Now that's a conspiracy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's possible that there were technologies much greater than the pyramids that we don't even know about.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Gallery were 27 or 28 pairs of resonators that would vibrate and emit sound. The hydrogen atoms would organize themselves into waves in sympathy with the sound waves of the gallery. These sound waves further excite the stone, creating even more electricity.
Oh, so let me get this straight. You stick the shafts into the queen's chamber, which gets the stones excited?
That's right, but somehow when you say it, it sounds dirty.
I'm a naughty, naughty fish.
Acoustic engineers have determined the gallery resonates at 440 hertz and naturally emits an F-sharp chord. 440 hertz and the F-sharp chord have been connected to a lot of woo-woo ideas, but there's a reason for that. It's considered a sound that resonates in harmony with the earth. The builders of the pyramid knew this. Longtime Mac users will recognize this sacred chord. At the top of the gallery is a small shaft leading to...
Isn't it weird how these companies started out creating sounds like that at 440 hertz and have since shifted? Like Google originally, it's not the same exact thing, but Google originally, their motto was "Do no evil," right? And Mac users started out with that sound, that 440 hertz frequency that resonates with the earth, and they've all shifted from that to almost disconnect us from. It's like they started out with good intentions and then were immediately hijacked and used for something else, is what it seems like to me.
Yeah, and isn't that what it happens all the time with these large corporations?
Yeah. Where does this guy get his info? He actually has a team of researchers, and I mean, if you wanted to, you could try and verify everything that he says. And I haven't really been able. I've done some research into some of this stuff, and I haven't been able to debunk what he says, because he also has another podcast where he will actually. It's a long form podcast on where he gets the information, and other people can share information with him. It's like crowdsourcing, and also he has a team of researchers, and he's just the one presenting it in a lot of ways. So yeah, so these theories, and if you actually watch his channel, he'll go into some wild conspiracy theories about like giants, and at the end of it, he will debunk it. But he does a really, really good job at selling the entire conspiracy theory, and then at the end he will debunk it. So,
oh, cool.
Not every single one is like this, but this itself is a really good description of what has been theorized about the pyramids, and it makes a lot more sense than what we were told.
Yeah, I've never heard of this until you introduced this to me. By the way, the Y files.
Yeah, dude, you got to watch. There's a ton of them. And he does a phenomenal job. He's great with this stuff.
The King's Chamber. The opening is 8.4 by 4.8 inches. This is the perfect size for hydrogen microwaves to pass into the King's Chamber, which also resonates at 440 hertz and F-sharp. Above the King's Chamber are 5 layers of granite beams, stacked and separated by air gaps. This is called the relieving chamber because it was believed that this interior structure
You can try and look that up, Linda, but you will be disappointed. He's not wrong. There's never been in the pyramids themselves. There's never been mummies found.
Where was Tutankhamun found?
Tutankhamun.
I think it's
not in a pyramid. No, he had his own.
What? You sure?
I mean,
well, I'm not gonna research it now, but I thought.
Here, I'll look it up.
Leave the weight of the pyramid. That's not what it does. The beams are smooth on 3 sides, but rough cut on the top. Christopher Dunn believes the reason for the rough cut is this is how the beams were tuned. The builders could vibrate the granite beams and slowly chip away at the stone until they resonated with an F-sharp chord, which they do.
You're right, Mel.
The king's chamber is what's known as a Helmholtz resonator. When you blow air across the top of a bottle and create sound, that's a Helmholtz resonator. Change the volume of liquid in the bottle, or change the volume of stone within the chamber, you change the pitch. The entire complex is a giant music.
This is the craziest part, that it cannot be a coincidence. When you look at the way that how the pyramids were sculpted, and then you get into these chambers and how it's not sculpted anymore. They're chipped down to for a specific reason. So I guess we'll just get through this. But this is where I became convinced, because of how it was done and what, you shall know them by their fruits. And if you look at everything in the pyramids, nothing was done accidentally. It seems to be very, very intentional when you look at the base, the size, the precision of everything, and then all of a sudden you see like rough cuts in these chambers. This is what actually convinced me here.
Tut was found in
where?
Tut was found in the Valley of the Kings along the Nile River. So not in the pyramid. You're right.
Yep.
Some skeptics reluctantly agree that the Great Pyramid has musical properties. But for skeptics to consider the pyramid as a power plant, they would need evidence to show that a giant stone pyramid would respond to electromagnetic energy. There was no evidence of that until 2018. Whether true or not, it's scientifically possible that the Great Pyramid was a structure for creating, harnessing, and focusing energy. The exterior was made of material that insulates electricity. The interior was made of material that conducts electricity. The chambers were made of material that creates electricity. The next piece of evidence is the pyramid's ability to focus EM energy. In 2018, scientists used radio waves at different frequencies to see if the Great Pyramid would interact with electromagnetic waves of a resonant length. Their experiments proved that in a resonant state, the pyramid can concentrate electromagnetic energy in the internal chambers as well as under its base. Resonance in the pyramid can be induced by radio waves with the lengths ranging from 200 to 600 meters. The closer to 200 meters, the more dramatic the effect. A year after that, in 2019, Eric Wilson published a paper called A Large-Scale Thermal Acoustic Generator. The paper describes how, when granite and other rocks are vibrated, electrons will migrate through the rock and up to the surface. By combining science and music, the builders of the pyramid created a power-generating machine tuned to the natural harmonic of the Earth's vibration that primarily comes from the tidal energy created by the moon's gravity. This technology, created thousands of years ago, could generate unlimited clean energy. But how did they get the energy out? That brings us back to Tesla. His Wardenclyffe Tower was built on top of an aquifer, with copper and iron rods extending down into the water.
And recently, I will tell you that they just found evidence of structures underneath the pyramids, similar to what Tesla was doing here.
Interesting.
When electricity was sent into the tower, it was to be transmitted around the world through the atmosphere. The pyramid is also built on an aquifer, and copper pipes and iron rods have recently been discovered there. If the capstone was made of gold, the energy concentrated inside the pyramid would have been drawn to the top and transmitted to the atmosphere. Tesla's wireless power distribution system used the resonance of the Earth, just like the pyramid. And just like the pyramid, the energy generated by Tesla's tower would be unlimited, clean, and virtually free for everyone on the planet. But Tesla's tower was destroyed by outside forces. There's evidence that the Great Pyramid was destroyed from within. In the year...
Oh, it's just... I just love this. I don't want to play his whole video because I feel like I'm stealing his own content.
Yeah.
So, I would encourage you guys to go watch this. It's the Y Files is the channel. This video is Tesla Knew the Secret of the Great Pyramid, Unlimited Energy to Power the World. I would implore you guys to go watch this in its full length because it is he does a phenomenal job of describing all of this, all of these various theories, and in a way, it's not necessarily like you can go out and prove it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it makes a whole lot more sense than the history that we've been told, the history that we've been given as to what the pyramids were as tombs for, and believing that there were slaves that built these giant structures, as if slaves do work that is so precise.
Correct.
That it makes the master craftsman of any age blush, right? Like slaves could do that. No,
it'd be like
possible.
100,000 genius slaves together at once.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not. And it was about 100,000 slaves, I believe, just all working together in ambiance. I don't know about all that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people in our society today that feel in a way that their job it doesn't fulfill them in a way, and so they don't put their best effort in. Like let's say you go to a restaurant or you go to Home Depot even, and you're trying to get customer service. Do you feel that, as in even a decade ago, I feel like the customer service was better everywhere than it is now?
I would agree. Yes.
I feel like COVID completely changed the dynamic of customer service, where
it dehumanized
working. People. Oh, dude, so much. And in all reality, it feels like there's an understanding that it's just their job and they don't need to know everything about it, right? They don't need to be an expert in the field. They're just getting paid this small amount in order to be here and stock the shelves and do all this stuff, rather than having a passion for something and informing people about what they're doing. It is just they're there for 8 hours a day. Yeah. And they're not even slaves.
Yeah.
So do you really think that the slaves were able to build these giant structures, these giant pyramids, with a precision, I mean, micro precision?
Yeah. It's not like it wasn't 100,000 Egyptians that had like the ideology, like, I really want to do this for my pharaoh, right? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you get 100,000, like say you get all right. So we want to let's think about it this way: if we weren't gonna be observed by the feds or whatever, and we wanted to secure the southern border, right? I could probably do a post. Let me get 100,000 patriots that really want to secure our nation's borders, and I'm sure everybody has that ideology, and they're like, yeah, you know what? That's actually a really good idea. Now we can't do that, obviously, because remember what happened to Minutemen in the 90s, early 2000s, whatever. But this is the same thing with the pyramids. Like there weren't 100,000 Egyptians that were out there saying, yes, let's go build this for this guy. No, it's not how this works.
Traditional Sarah says, I think people were just happier, or at least able to put on a front. Now societal common decency is lost. You might be right in a certain way. I think whatever veil was there before, where there was, I don't know if people used to look out for each other more, because I actually had a really interesting conversation with PNW Gorilla. He lives nearby, and he's on X. He has a great account. He sells military surplus stuff, but we were talking about bringing jobs back to America. And I feel like that is a good idea to a certain extent, but at the same time, I know for a fact I don't want to go into a factory and work 8 hours a day and pride myself on not showing up late to be like this drone. Like the idea that you're supposed to go to this factory and just do it like a meaningless, press the button to stamp the thing, and that's going to create the fender for the truck. That's your job that you do for 30 years. You know, like the Homer Simpson, right? Where he goes into his job and
at the nuclear reactor. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's good for humanity. And I don't know if that's good. Like the entire school system was set up to make people factory workers. And so like I do want to bring jobs back, but I don't want it to be about just your life being about this job for this corporation that is exploiting you. Like they do have there's good points made by the Marxists as far as exploitation of its workers, because there should be a passion in it, and it's really hard to get people passionate about something, especially if you're just using them to be a drone and expect them. Like I'm not a drone for my work. My physical job I enjoy doing, but I also do a lot of things that would not have flown back in the day. Like 50 years ago, I would have gotten fired from my job like that. Now, when my bosses try to write me up for something stupid, you know what I tell them? I'm like, I don't care. Write me up. Or what are you like? Are you really going to fire me? Like, I'm really good at this job. I am great with all the customers. And yeah, there are a couple things that it's not like I'm unsafe, but I'm also not going to be your pet. And so it doesn't matter if they write me up, and if they wanted to fire me, it would literally be a loss for our store in general. I make them money. I'm really good at my job, and but I'm not slaving away for them as if it's my life.
Okay, so do you think the term work ethic was a psyop?
I mean,
do you think maybe like?
Okay, I gotta take this
I hear this a lot now. Yeah, I know. I had to take the hat off too.
Poking my head.
Do you think this was drilled, like work ethic was drilled so hard into the mindset of everyone to get them to become mindless drones at factories and things like that?
I can see how it would be used that way, but I
do believe in work ethic. So don't misconstrue what I'm saying.
But
do you think maybe it was twisted in some of these like huge like CEOs or these huge corporate executives? Like, okay, well, you don't have work ethic, so you can leave, or it almost makes people like replaceable instead of like having individualists at jobs. Like, because I do see that. Like, I do see like a lot of people that do work, like say at grocery stores, and all they do, they're fucking drones, bro. Like they're literally just like, not even talking to people or communicating. It's weird. I don't know.
So traditional Sarah says maybe, but some of these jobs men used to go would provide enough to support large families, buy a house, etc. What factory job is doing that anymore? You're right about that. But there was also the trope that the man was so unhappy that he would come home and drink every night and beat his kids and abuse his wife. And so like when people think about like the era of the 50s, the golden era, which in a lot of ways I think is right, but there were a lot of really unhappy men that were becoming drones that weren't being fulfilled in their life. They made enough money to buy a house and have 2 kids. Now the 2 kids thing, that was a psyop. Having a boy and a girl, having little Sally and Ken or whatever, like that was a psyop. I mean, it's been proven that this our letter agencies specifically wanted to put the message out because they were terrified of overpopulation. So they put that out as in like, you can have this golden family thing. You get the white picket fence. So, but a lot of the men there were unhappy, and a lot of the entire feminist movement is based on the fact that they could use these boomers as like the unhappy men that would come home and beat their wives. And a lot of the reason is because they were not being fulfilled. They were going to a drone job every day, and it was mind numbing for men.
So yeah, and we do talk about this a lot. So it's almost like strategic. So like the men, they were starting to become unhappy. Then the feminist movement rose. So then that's where you start breaking up your marriages. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe put the tinfoil hat back on. I'm not sure. But
I mean, but really, like, I don't know how to solve that problem. How do you give so many people a mission and a fulfilling life? True. Like what is it? Because what I believe is a fulfilling life is building like a relationship with a woman and building a life with that. But how do you do that for everybody? And I think I mean, Jesus said the poor will always be among us. Okay, so I get that. But when we bring jobs back to America and manufacture everything ourselves,
right?
Is that going to create a better environment for Americans if they just become drones in the machine, right? Like if we become, I mean, everybody's worried about AI, right? And AI kind of controlling what we're going to be doing.
And
because
robots taking over factory jobs too. So, but I'm kind of on the fence on this one because like it's really all about mindset, right? And what you think you're doing with your life. So, I mean, some people like I work to live, I don't live to work. Right? So if you make your job as like, okay, this is my persona, then of course you're going to feel like a mindless drone. But like I think if you go to work and you leave work at work and then home at home, I think it's completely different. You turned your cam off. Oh, you crashed out, did you? So I think that's really important to understand is the job itself may be mindless in itself, but if you're able to segregate how you actually feel based on whatever situation you have, I think you can really grow from that. But I do understand Maurice's point where you're like, okay, how like some of these jobs are literally like Groundhog Day, right? Repeats over and over and over again. Yeah. So I do understand how people can get sucked into that vortex of just like, dude, it's just like pushing buttons all day. And it's just, there's no like mental stimulation from your job, you know?
Correct, champ. Work ethic is great to have, but a lot of places do not appreciate good work ethic. They just ask for more and more sometimes. This is actually why I stopped being that kind of employee, because for years, so check this out, for years, I was doing 60 to 85 hour a week work shifts, right? And it was brutal. And when COVID happened, in February of 2019, we had 14 mobile tire techs at our shop. And by 2021, we had like 4. We had lost so many people, but we still had a ton of work to do.
Yeah.
And so I was taking on the job of like 3 guys. And I did that for a long time, man.
And they didn't give a shit, I promise you.
They didn't. Because so when I had my first son, I took the advantage of the paternity leave for that Washington State provides. I mean, I'm a firm believer that you should use all the tools at your disposal, and that I shouldn't go back to work 2 weeks after my son was born.
Okay.
Because there's some like moral code when I know that they would fire me for no reason, right? Like I don't believe that I owe my job that. So I took advantage of the paternity leave. I mean, also my wife had HELP syndrome, and she had to have a C-section. Took a long time to recover, and for her body to regulate, all that stuff. So I took time off. But when I came back, they tried to treat me like a new employee.
Oh, really?
They gave me I started, so instead of starting at like 6 o'clock in the morning like I was used to doing, they started me at 10 o'clock, and then I wasn't getting home until 10, 11 o'clock.
They did on purpose.
And that pissed me off. And so I went out and I found another job, and basically they would have given me a little bit of a pay raise to start off, because I'm good at my job and I can go to any tire shop around where I'm at and they would take me on tomorrow. So I basically told them, I said, hey, if I don't get my schedule, I'm leaving. There's no reason for me to stay here. Yeah, and so there's no, like, even though I like my managers, they're good people, but they have a business to run, and I know that like they don't actually care about me in that way. And so I'm not going to sacrifice my life for them anymore. I don't do 85-hour weeks anymore. I do 50 to 60-hour weeks now, which is
so.
nice.
I'm going to tell you some truth about a lot of companies. Probably 99% of companies in the United States, all they care about is the bottom line, where their pure profit is. And another point I'm going to make.
As they should. They have to survive. I mean, in all reality, they
I agree, but sometimes they put precedent over that bottom line over the employee, right? And two, the one that I found out recently, because I was laid off, I don't believe in giving 2 week notices anymore, because you are the employee is never giving a 2 weeks notice. Hey, we're about to terminate you in 2 weeks. So you know what? If you find something better that works better for your schedule or financially, whatever, fuck them. Quit. Just go.
Call in sick for 2 weeks straight.
Use all your PTO before you do that.
Yeah.
I'm going on vacation.
No, really. Yeah. And so so I get a lot of this Gen Z millennial mindset where they don't really have respect for slaving away for giant corporations like this. Like, okay, so I have a buddy who works with me. He's 64 years old, and he is the first one in the shop every day, and he is almost the last one to leave every single day. And he literally set the record for the most labor dollars a couple years ago. At 60 years old, he set the record for our company for the most labor dollars produced in 1 year. As a 60-year-old man changing tires, which is impressive.
Right.
But I can't do that. I won't do that.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I never will. I have no interest to do that because, I mean, I don't. He got like a certificate, which, to me, if my boss gave me a certificate for slaving away for an entire year, like no bonus, he literally just got a certificate. Like, great job. You're the #1 employee of all time. Here's this piece of paper.
I'm straight up. Like, if you want to show me recognition, give me a raise or give me a bonus. Plain and simple. I think my Wi-Fi's about to go out, dude. Again.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been going for almost 2 hours, so.
Yeah,
I'm about to probably call it a night.
Yeah.
But
because we could talk about this a lot, because we could talk about CEOs and the importance, but like we'll save that for another podcast. How about that?
Yeah. Well, maybe we should go over that. I had this guy reach out to me. I think he's like he works for like some Russian place, but his whole brand is like MAGA communism, and he had a whole bunch of accounts like wanting to debate me about how communism and MAGA are like the same movement. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that because I mean, I'm confident in being able to defend my own positions, but I also feel, I don't know. It felt like I don't know how to explain this. It felt like somebody trying to infiltrate whatever we are to destroy it, to discredit us in a way. And I'm not sure how to, it didn't feel natural, right? With the people promoting it. And then when I responded to it, there was a bunch of like questionable accounts that were like, this would be the best debate ever. And you should do this. Oh my God. And I was like, dude, this is not like, it doesn't feel right. My gut told me no. So I just stopped. I just stopped responding. And I was like, I can't do this because there's something off with it, and I don't know what it is.
They're going to set you up, and they're going to corner you, and it's going to, Holy crap. Right. Look, Jaron, man.
Jaron, it's been a while. Holy crap.
Long-time listener. Welcome back, buddy. Dogs 10. Wrap it up, B.
Yeah. Hey, you guys. Thank you.
2 hours.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. If you can, please share the stream and get our names out there. We stream every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Normal,
8 p.m. Texas time. So,
you know what? I mean, I'm going to
write.
If you
guys want to keep doing, Oh, dude. Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, dude, you ghosted us, bro.
I'm a little hurt. Yeah, we've been hyping it up for a little while. I try not to bug him too much because I know that he's busy. But it is what it is. I know he's a busy guy, but I also know he's a good guy. And I've dropped appointments before, and so I don't really feel like there's. I know his intentions weren't to ghost us. So.
No, of course not. No, he's actually been trying to hook me up with U.S. vets and stuff like that, and he's always messaging me every few days, "Hey man, to contact you." So he's good people.
He is. Good. I believe that he is good people. So thank you guys. God bless you all. God bless America. Please share the stream, the podcast. Join us on Monday and Wednesday. We're having on Glenn Baker again to talk a little bit more about the entire Joshua Home situation, where we're trying to raise money, trying to get vets back on their feet, even though they're paralyzed. So,
yes, sir.
Thank you guys. I really, really appreciate this. This was a lot of fun. So we'll see you guys next week. God bless you all. God bless America. Take care.
Peace.
Peace.
My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough.
This is the Patriots Prayer Podcast. It's a tremendous show, one of the greatest shows in the history of the world.
This is Bryson Gray, and you are watching the Patriots Prayer.
PTN, you're doing the right thing.
On the Patriots Prayer Network. Thank you all.
PPN on your bumper.
I'm Tom McDonald. This is the Patriot Prayers Network. Check it out. Lots of good TV. Lots of cool people. Tune in. Keep it locked.
Know where I stand. I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My patriots, the craziest. They ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip. Just aim the stick and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them. There's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem. Smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms. Fan with a handgun. Run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave to the grave. United States, we love the country that they've been corrupting. Go woke and go broker if you ain't awake. My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is America.